Here it is, dads, rejoice. It's the 2025 Toyota Land Cruiser. It's back in all its retro, cool goodness. It reminds you of the vehicle that you loved when you were a kid, if you're anything like me, and really, really wanted, except now it's updated with modern materials and tech, and it is perfect. Mostly. And what I mean by sort of is this. When this 7th generation premiered, people were bummed because it didn't have the V8. It now has a 2.4 liter turbo hybrid. They were also bummed because the interior, this is kind of nice up here, but lots of plasticky materials throughout. They were bummed about that. They were bummed that they felt like it was kind of like not as solid as they would want. They wanted that vehicle that was the bad guys chasing the good guys through the jungles in an action movie type of thing, that the car will never rust and it lasts forever and it's got 500,000 miles on the odometer. But face it, Dad, let's be real. You're too busy running your business to worry about running away from bad guys, and so Toyota gives us this. And I really like it. You've got these circle headlights, which I absolutely love. I think you get this vehicle just for that. It even says Land Cruiser at the top. I don't know if you can see that, but that's pretty rad. And then take it to an aftermarket shop and get whatever else you want. Those round headlights have sold me. Now there are 2 editions. You have the 1958 edition, and then you have the Land Cruiser. Yes, that is to say that is a Land Cruiser 1958 and a Land Cruiser. Marketing got a raise for that one. This is the 1958, which basically harkens back to the first time the Land Cruiser hit the North American shores, and I love it. It's base. You've got cloth seats, the Heritage grille, which is beautiful. I love that as well. But then it retains those characteristics of all those Land Cruisers of the past. A long hood, a long roof, the boxy design. It's like someone took a brick and then a samurai sword and just chopped some pieces off. Get these great angles, nice flares over the wheels. These are only 18s, by the way. The windshield is not super sharp. It's really a lot more up and down. Even the windshield wipers feel like they're just like right in front of you, like on an old Jeep. And I like that this one's actually a little bit narrow, which makes it very easy to park, great for driveways, but they've pulled it back. So you've got plenty of space in the cargo area. Kids in the second row love it. Adults in the second row are great. And there's a lot to love about the shape and the style and the design. I think Toyota nailed it with this. I love the way that the rear end is shaped. It retains that boxiness, but you still have some kind of like cutout wedges. That long roof comes all the way back here to this ducktail area. Basically a flat back. Now on this 1958 edition, the hatch is manual, so you've got to lift that up yourself. Make sure you spend some time at the gym. It does really have a cool feature where the glass pops out. I love this feature for a few reasons. Number one, I tossed my kids in here with a bunch of pool things and we headed to the pool in the neighborhood, and they were able just to hang out back here because there is no third row and it's easy to get in and out, and they could kind of look out the back and feel really cool. And number two, I was driving a little crazy after buying some groceries. They were rolling around in the back, and instead of me lifting the lift gate with stuff falling out, I could reach in, move the milk back, almond, lactose intolerant of course, send that all the way up there, and I was good to go. So I really like that. One of the aspects to the back of the vehicle that's kind of annoying is if you're loading something in, you've got this bumper to get over, then the lip of the trunk, and then under here is part of the hybrid battery system. So you really got to go up 3 levels. That's a downside when it comes to utility. Also, second row seats don't fold flat. You can flip it up like that, which is nice, but it doesn't lay flat. Check this out. See that space right there? That's really annoying if you're trying to sleep in here. If you're going camping and you bring a sleeping bag, now you can't really fit here very well. That's your second row of seats, but you still have cup holders and USB-C chargers, because in some markets there actually is a third row, not in this market. In the back seat, I've got a grab handle here, which is super helpful for getting in. In terms of the interior space, it's really nice. I can recline my seat forward and back, so I got plenty of room there. 6'1" sitting up here, 6'1" sitting back here. Another 6 inches of leg room. I've got tons of space for my head, and there's vent in the ceiling. That's huge for climates. Great for kids in car seats because now this blows right on them instead of maybe like a lower center vent, which is hard to get air up there. So big dad points on that one. You also have your own climate control back here, as well as a couple USB-C chargers and an outlet. Not an outlet. I thought it was an outlet, but it's just for cigarette adapters. Why are people putting this back here? I don't know. Ooh-wee. Cold brew. Some cold brew, brah. Need that. AC on blast. Woo! Georgia. Georgia. All right, let's get driving on this thing, huh? All right, let's talk about the way this thing drives. I don't know if you can tell, there's definitely body lean in this, but it's what you would expect from something that's an off-road oriented vehicle. I've driven Wrangler Rubicons, Defenders, G-Wagons, all of those like purpose-built off-road machine has that same kind of sway because there has to be some travel with the wheels and with the suspension. Now this turbo 4-cylinder, let's get this going here. Okay, definitely not that hearty V8 that previous Land Cruiser owners loved, but that's part of the trade-off because you're getting better fuel economy. In terms of visibility, I love the feel inside here. Look at how much space I have. I could have a track helmet and still have space. All right, the sound. It's okay. You're not buying this for the sound. You're buying this for the vibes. You're buying this for what it feels like to walk out of it in a parking lot and walk into it. You're buying this for what it feels like when you pick your kids up at school and drop them off. That said, of course, on the interior, if you're looking around, it does have some serious off-road chops. I mean, Toyota wasn't just making like the shell of something from the past. It's not just a vintage retro throwback with CarPlay. They've made this a true off-roader with some great elements like, we're talking standard, you're getting a center locking diff, a rear locking diff, your 4 high, your 4 low, you've got crawl control, you've got downhill assist, like all these elements that make this thing truly able to maneuver off-road. 8 inches of ground clearance or approximately that, and you can even get in the upper trim an ability to disconnect the sway bar, so each of those wheels has independent movement that you're not going to get just in this base model. I like that there's the armrest, that this is nice and flat up here. I bet this would road trip really well. I haven't taken this on the freeway yet, but it feels like it would be comfortable. Base model, you've got a couple of modes. Let's see, we've got Eco, Normal, and Sport. Sport's got a little more get up and go because you can access that power band quicker. Ah, yes, that is the beautiful sound of a 2.4 liter 4-cylinder turbo. Yes, I know it's not a V8, but you're getting 326 horsepower and 465 pound-feet of torque. That's 6,000 pounds of towing capability, and that's probably not because you're going to be towing a boat, more so because you're probably going to be trying to use that torque to get you up a hill or out of a ravine or pulling somebody else out of a ditch, highly likely. I really like this base model Land Cruiser 1958 because ultimately what you're going for is that nostalgia, that retro, that I remember these in my high school parking lot, the rich kid down the street had one, or you know, my friend after his first job, he bought one, or something like that. There's elements to this, and so it's not really about the V8 engine. It's not about having, you know, super nice leather or sunroof or any of those aspects. I like just kind of the base, and I think there's something about that's charming. And you know, Toyota, even in the base level, you've got 3 climate zones, me, passenger, rear, most likely the kids, which is great to have that. In terms of base, even the upgraded, I don't think really changes some of these materials, at least the door and everything. A lot of people online have been given some hate saying that it feels too plasticky on the inside, and I will say that if this were a Hyundai or Honda or something that didn't have the Land Cruiser badge, I bet it would sell for 10K less. 56 is great when the average car is like 47, but I just feel like maybe we should be getting a little bit more at that price point. Oh, also worth noting, and I just realized this because I'm going about 50 miles an hour, these mirrors are loud. Yeah, the mirrors, a lot of wind noise. Their shape and size is certainly for utility. They're long and tall, so you can see the long and tall on the outside of the car. They're not really helping you out a whole lot if you're going to be going 75 or 80 on the way to grandma's house. That said, if you compare it to something like a Wrangler or a Bronco, I reviewed a Ford Bronco, which was bonkers off-road, loved it. On-road, not super comfortable, and definitely loud. So, you know, it's almost like you say, I love this sports car, but the suspension's a little too stiff. I mean, it's a sports car. So this is basically a block driving through the air, you know what I mean? All right, so there you go, Dad. You gotta be happy with this. The Land Cruiser is back. You're getting okay fuel economy with 23 miles per gallon combined. You're getting a ton of great standard off-road features, even in this base model. The retro styling, the circle headlights, I mean, that's it. You got me at circle headlights. I love all the elements, the space, the sizing, the visibility. And you know, there's that kind of factor of just like the cool, like you just feel cool when you're in it, feel cool when you get out of it, feel cool when you walk up to it. So, I don't know. For me, I'm into it. I'm digging it. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments below, and make sure you're subscribing to the channel. We've got a lot of great reviews coming your way, a lot more to see. Oh, make sure you're following us on social as well for up-to-the-minute reviews, photos, etc. All right, for now, I'm off to go find a Jeep trail and drive past a bunch of Jeepers. Actually, I'm going to U-turn because there's construction, and Dad life's too short to deal with construction. I'll go a different way, thank you.